Hi everyone, so this is the next video in the new format of Lee's Keys. So tomorrow morning I've got my grade 4 exam. Normally I've been doing it with ABRSM, who I just checked my certificate on the wall, is the Associated Board of the Royal Schools of Music. So they are in-person exams. So for those exams I went to a village hall. In fact no, it was a church hall, my mistake. And I did 3 pieces of music. I did some sight reading, some scales, and then a listening exercise, and that was it. It was between, I think they start at about 12 minutes and they go up to about 30 minutes, I believe, at grade 8. For this next exam, I'm doing an exam with the Music Teachers Board, the MTB. So that one, I'm actually going to do it here, and I'm going to record it on this phone, I believe, and on the MTB app. So with MTB, I get to play any 3 pieces that I like from any of the exam syllabuses. So any of the awarding bodies, you've got Trinity, ABRSM, RCM, Rock School, I think, and I can pick any year as well, going back, however, or I can even find a piece of music, and if it matches how difficult it has to be for that grade, I can do it with them. So this year, for this exam, I'm doing those because I've picked some pieces that I actually really like, and it's a mix of 2 from this year and 1 from a few years ago. I actually learned 4 pieces, and I'm going to and I've dropped 1 of them, so I've picked my best 3 for the exam. So, like a lot of exams, people will say, well, why don't you practice a lot before the exam? So you're up all night practicing, and then you're up all the next day practicing. With like most exams, by the time I get this far and the exam is around the corner, I really should know all of it anyway. So I should know all of my pieces. I should know the scales that I'm doing. I shouldn't really have to think about them too much. So the only thing that's going to stop me performing is nerves. And practicing the night before the exam isn't going to help my nerves at all. And then practicing the morning all the way up to the exam isn't necessarily going to help at all. You've kind of got 1 shot to sit the exam. You've got 1 chance to play it really well, and that for some people will be the last time they play that piece of music. So I've gone through all my pieces a couple of times, and I will probably do them all a couple of times again before I go to bed. And then in the morning I'm going to do them once or twice. My teacher Freddie's coming at 10 o'clock, and we'll probably get another couple of run-throughs, and we're just going to go straight into the exam. This way, normally I do my scales first and then the pieces after, but the setup for this seems to work better that I do the pieces first. I can do them in any order, but I've got an order I'm going to play them in, then I've got a piece of technique music to play, some clapping skills, and for some reason singing seems to be in the exam. So I've got to sing some notes, but they're not worth a lot of points in the exam. But I've got to do them, and I'm hoping that it goes okay. So my top tips before your exam, whether it be an in-person exam or whether it be an exam the night before, is to have all of your stuff ready the night before, everything laid out or everything in your bag ready to go. The correct books, with all the right markings in them, if you've got things marked down in there. If you've got technique work, I've got all mine set up ready. If you need technology such as your iPad or a mobile phone, make sure that they're charged. You know what time your exam is, if you're sitting in person, and just try and relax. Which is easier said than done, I know, but everyone wants to see you do well. And if the absolute worst happens and you make a mistake or you fumble or something doesn't go to plan, you have an opportunity to style it out, or just to either restart or do that little bit again. Now you might drop a mark because you've done a restart, or you might drop a mark because you've had an improvisation moment, but so long as you get out with your pass and you get out with the result that you're looking for, or you get out with a good result, that's all that matters. So for me, I'm not particularly bothered if I if I just about pass or if I come out with a distinction, because all 3 of these pieces that I'm going to play them better in the future. this is probably the worst I'm going to play them, if that makes sense. I'm going to get marks on them this time for a win, but in a year's time, if I carry on playing them, they're going to be even better. So looking forward to the exam in the morning. Freddie's going to be here at 10 o'clock, and I'm going to carry on with that. So if you've got any questions about exams or how you get ready for them or anything like that, feel free to drop me a message or drop me a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer.